Okay, this is the PowerTow Model 40 EZ aircraft tug, which I just spent all of 5 minutes, I think, disassembling so that it can be transported a little bit easier, stuck in your trunk or in the back of your plane. It's got about 36 inches from that end of it back to the front of the motor here. It's about 21 inches side to side, and it's about 18 or 19 inches tall, probably a little bit less than that now that it's sitting down. I'm going to talk about how it came apart, or how more accurately how it goes back together. That's probably a little more interesting to you. This handlebar right here, big orange handlebar, is supposed to protrude out from the front of the unit. That's where you operate it from. So it's basically just going to rotate that way. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to show you how to do it because I can't do that one-handed. This bar is sticking down and it's pretty stiff. This is the transmission actuation rod, and I can't really maneuver it right now one-handed. But you're going to rotate that handlebar over. You're going to secure it with 2 bolts. They're going to go, these 2 bolts are going to go right in through there. There's another hole on the other side of that handlebar. Those are going to go right through the handlebar into this hole on the chassis right there, and they're going to go into this foot, which is threaded, and those bolts are just going to screw right into these 2 feet. There's 2 of them, and that keeps the unit sitting nice and level. After you've done that, you're going to take this bar, which I've left attached, and now that bar is going to be coming right down, and it's going to come right in between the transmission and the motor, and it's going to go right down between the chain and the side of the engine housing there, and it's going to just drop straight down into that hole, which is right on that's the transmission actuation arm. It's going to sit right down inside of that hole, and you're going to put this snap washer on the back. That snap washer goes on, if you haven't worked with these, goes on that way so that it's not easy to pull back off. It's easy to get on, but it's not easy to pull off as long as you put it on the right way. So you're going to just snap that up on the bottom of that rod. That will secure that rod. Then the final thing that you're going to do to secure that rod is just this little retainer clip here, bolts right in that hole on the handlebar, and that's just gonna hold this rod, just keep it from slapping around. The final thing that you're gonna do to attach, to finally secure the handlebar, is take this Allen bolt, and it goes right down inside of that hole right there, and it screws. There's a hole. It basically is going to screw down into this bus on the handlebar. And then you're almost done. You're going to then attach the clamps up here in front. These clamps, this is the point of contact with your nose wheel. It's got 2 bolts on each side. Going to sit down inside of those 2 holes, get secured, and you can see on the right side clamp, it's kind of hard with the lighting jumping around here, on the right side clamp there's a hole right there. That hole is once you've attached it, you're going to take this spring, and I don't know if you noticed, but one of those ears is a little bit bigger than the other one. So you're going to take the bigger end and clip that right into that hole right there. And then the other end of that spring is going to clip right down here into the clamp actuating arm. So that way, now that you've done that, the right side clamp is installed. Left side clamp's a little bit easier. It's just going to, again, 2 more bolts, secure it down, and it's fully attached and ready to go. Take off this little tape right here that I just had it on there to keep that little cable from popping out. Do that, and it's ready to go.